is cooking, always something like extravagant only.
अभी अभी
I
अभी
feel
अभी
like
Always,
you should
anytime you
always
ask me.
I feel like you should always treat yourself with good food to keep yourself
That's
happy.
true. That is very true.
no, he's practicing for more.
Practicing for what?
See, if you learn to make good food, then you can give more good food.
Hmm.
I didn't understand it, but okay.
अरे यार, when you find a nice lovely girl, then you can make for her so nicely. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay, okay. So why are your topics like why does everything have to divert to that side? Kind of person have a good, natural, happy bachelor life.
Like any boy,
Hmm.
I'm just saying that your bachelor life, if you perfectly make it, then you can do the same thing there. So I'm just saying it's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm. Mikhail now
Anyways,
covering it up. Good stuff, Mikhail. Good save,
anyways,
Mikhail. Good save. That
ladies
was
and
good save,
gentlemen,
Pakka.
welcome back to another podcast. I hope you all are doing well. We've been recording for the past 2 weeks, and past 2 weeks we haven't. This guy made an error the first time, and then the second time he didn't even record. So we've been
Not
doing
not
this for
fast,
the past 2 weeks.
not past 2 weeks, past 3 weeks,
Okay,
because
past
the
Mix is
three
first
weeks.
technologically challenged, guys. I can
the
confirm that with full proof now.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to check that if there is any, what do you say, if it's recording, and one more thing, I was just speaking to this friend of mine, and they were like, why don't you record on your laptop? Like, you have a good laptop, just record. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, good idea. Why haven't I thought that before? And then later on, I realized that I don't record on my laptop because Google Meet doesn't allow me to do it. I have to pay extra. I'm
Hmm.
not sure why. So yeah, I downloaded some other software now I can
bro
record.
Which is
bro
very
li-
strange.
bro
Zoom
listen
does
to
help, but
bro,
Google doesn't.
no, Google used to have that option a long time back, but it does not have. Secondly, what happened was when we started first recording the first episode, you my friend, was was still a newbie. You wanted to give me the because it was my idea. That's why you were feeling like giving the power to me. I was ready for you to record. I might have even told you.
Well, you told me, I
uh
told you I don't have the capabilities to record, that's
me,
why.
neither me. But what I did was I used an extension for Google, for recording. But the
Array,
problem then,
see,
yeah,
I
listen
used,
now,
huh,
listen now. So when I did the extensions also had problems in itself, because what used to happen was when we used to record, our lips would be different,
yeah,
different, and the voice would be different. So then we shifted to Zoom, and then
right.
Zoom had a good recording feature, but the problem with Zoom is like, if you're making a recording an episode for like 1 hour, you have two three files at the same time. So many times you have to do it. So that's
Yeah,
irritating. So once I got the OBS software, since you made suggested to me, then the OBS software, the problem with me again, we already discussed that. It's the when I record and it
yeah,
doesn't
your PC
properly
doesn't
record.
support that software. But anyways, everything's sorted out. The issue was like in my laptop, I have like a inbuilt recording and it doesn't record my audio, so that's why I didn't record it on my laptop. But now everything is sorted out.
Uh,
How are you guys doing?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
You just came
Busy,
back from
busy,
work, I
busy
guess.
as always. Sorry.
You just came back from work, I guess.
Yeah, just came back from the second job.
Shows the
That's why
dedication,
that's why
guys.
this that's why the podcast needs to blow up. Then
It needs to.
KDJet and Mix will send me some revenue.
So guys, make sure to subscribe and like this
the,
video so that we
this,
keep getting
this,
TV.
sends me a snap at what you call it, 8 p.m., 8:30, 9:30, sorry, 10 p.m., 10 p.m. my time, of him on the laptop with Excel sheets and everything in his job. I'm like, wow, this guy is hustling.
Yeah, man. Life here is just like it just keeps going. It's
You
very
gotta
fast.
keep doing it, man. You gotta keep hustling.
hmm For me, I was as usual on the internet fight. I'm always getting with random newses. Like I was on Google, and when you open Google, you have these news under the taskbar of the search result in the phone, in the mobile
Hmm.
phone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So There's one story of, I even sent a link to you about this landlady in Pakistan. Uh, she hired a worker, the house cleaner. He's a man, so she falls in love with him, and she says, "I'm a they say they are he says she's my Katrina, and she says he's my Salman Khan,
Nice.
and I'm like, wow. I read that article. I was like, it was a funny story.
I was wondering why I don't get those kind of news articles.
Oh, me, I don't get such
His
videos like,
news articles are very tailored to him. Looks like.
yeah.
And I told this to my mom, and my mom also said, yes, I also got that article down. It's from Times Now. I've already sent an article to you both on Snapchat. There's a link. It's true. Uh, yeah, and nothing else. Anyway,
Hmm.
let's move on to the main topic. Is the documentary, Mr. Kevin?
Yeah. So the documentary. It's
What about it?
this we have ran through this topic multiple times right now, so it's not new
Guys,
for these
No,
guys.
literally three attempts for
no,
this
no, no,
vlog.
no, 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 no. The
Vlog, I said,
Two,
documentary.
two.
podcast.
This will be the second attempt.
Yeah.
There's one more topic which we had, which will become the third topic.
Yeah, but
Time,
we
yeah,
didn't end up uploading that, so yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so this documentary, a lot of people have been talking about it recently. It's by Matt Walsh. If you guys don't know who Matt Walsh is, he has his own show. He is very close to Ben Shapiro, and his podcast is mostly a right-wing focused podcast. But the show that or documentary that he worked on was pretty interesting. The topic was what is a woman? So what Matt Walsh does is goes to a lot of people, just common men, doctors, psychiatrists. He travels the world to figure out the true definition of what is a woman and how people are willing to define it.
Mhm.
And the problem is, anytime he asks a common man about what a woman is, they try to give him the most politically right answer, so that none of them are offended, because that's how we are right now as a society. We are quite soft, and we don't want to, uh, ruffle any feathers. We
Offend.
try to always stick to the most neutral answer.
You know the
So,
this is where one thing I just realized. Again, not a big fan of Andrew Tate, but again, what he says is in this thing is very true. Is that again the thing is whatever people today are saying this, we are not. There's no free speech honestly right now. Political systems have actually taken our speech away. If you say anything against the the political narrative, they
hmm,
will they will say things against. If you're talking against feminism, you'll talk your misogynist, your toxic masculinity, and all this bullshit. They will say you can't speak your mind. As a man, especially, you can't speak your mind. Women can get away. Honestly, if they say something, okay, it's fine because it's very rare that a woman suffers so much problems when it comes to a man. If a man says that, look, there's a difference between a man and a woman, they will start saying that you're a misogynist. How can you tell this? So and then they ruin his life. The point is they ruin his life now. So now let's be honest. If I'm someone who doesn't have a good life or only a basic life, everything is going fine. Why will I try to rattle the cages? That's the thing. So it's not of just being soft. It's people are being a bit sensible in one way. Why should my life get destroyed telling the truth?
hmm.
Because not everybody has that balls to say.
But then
And
they're putting this a false narrative about what they think to the world, right? So everybody is giving an answer which is not true to themselves. They are
true.
actually thinking about something else, but
I
uh,
mean, people have to master that
speak out
courage
is
of
completely
people have
different.
to people have to master the courage that okay, if I lose everything, but I should always still speak the truth. But that's where the courage is gone, na? Because these people are not just stealing your the mode of your like your work from your. You're not. They're not just stealing your livelihood. Like they can fire you from work. They can. There's so many things they can do. You can lose so much.
Hmm.
There's so much that you can lose, and that's where the problem happens now. If it is okay, if I lose my job, okay, take it, I can find another job. But they will insult you in such a way that you cannot even work furthermore. If these views threaten the entire existence of these feminist and transgender ideologies, you know what's coming for you.
Yeah. So let's give our opinions right now. I know we've already spoken about this multiple times, but so the audience know where we stand on this. Mix, you have already watched the documentary, right? So let's wait for Kerajet to Kerajet. Have you actually watched it after we spoke or no? All right.
I get a
So
chance to watch it.
let's go back to how I asked you this. How would you define what a woman is?
Okay, so in the last podcast, I gave two ways of explaining what a woman is. I gave my perspective and a child's perspective. All right, I'll say the
Yeah.
same thing. So as of my perspective, I actually struggled in the beginning. So what I gave was so a woman would be an individual who terms herself uh, as a girl or as a female, but then I also fear the fact that it might affect other communities. But I'm just gonna say it's an individual who agrees herself as a woman or as a girl who is what do you say going like what do you say is eligible to bring more generations out. I'm just like making stuff up, but
All
it's
right.
it's kind of
So
hard to explain in like a small kind of way,
No,
but then not affecting other people.
no. Listen,
okay.
simple thing.
Now keep
Simple
Kate
thing.
Jet's first perspective in mind. We will come back to that because that was a very important thing that he said, and it was addressed multiple times in the documentary as well. Mix.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you one thing. Simple thing. Look, legit. It's not about offending people. That's the truth now. The truth is, look, the main thing about being a woman is is to give children. You can transition as much as you want, but if you transition from being a man to from man to a woman, you cannot. You cannot. You can do how much science and technology is impossible because there's certain structure that a female body is made. You can't get that structure. You do so many plastic surgeries also, you can never do it. But the same thing goes for a trans man, person who transitions from a woman to a man. They can produce, because they still have that part in them.
Exactly. In that sense, then it's kind of hard to address. Then you can't even only
You
say
can't,
a woman. Then you can't only say a woman uh,
but
in existence to
the,
reproduce and keep the
but
generation running.
then the argument becomes this now. So do you think a trans man is a man then?
I mean, they
No.
identify them as a man, I guess.
Does no, because just because they identify doesn't mean
That's what.
that they
See, it's
become.
about. That's what I'm saying. It's about a person identifying themselves. That's why I said an individual that claims to identifies as a woman or a female, and who can reproduce. And so this might affect people that just not women who can do it,
Yeah.
but
So where does this identification stop? Is the thing, right? So of late, the spectrum has grown quite a bit,
yeah,
right? It's not just identifying as a man and a woman. Um, there was a I don't know if you guys have come through this. It's been going around quite a bit. It was on a news channel a while back. This individual who was caught, okay, because he dressed up like a broccoli,
hmm
okay. I think he was on Piers Morgan's Good morning today morning, or
Ah,
it was a news channel in the morning, and they were
in the UK,
interviewing him.
in the
Yeah,
UK.
he got caught because he was dressed up like this one, and he was creating a scene because he wanted everybody to identify him as a broccoli, right? So where do we draw the line where delusion goes overboard
You know,
between something that's logical,
Yeah.
you
you
know?
know, Kerajet.
Mm.
Simple thing. Your biology defines your identity. That's it. It's simple thing. If you throw out your biology and you just identify as anything, it's not possible. If I can, because if I don't stay true to my biology, if I say I'm a cat, does that make me a cat?
See, what I understand what you're trying to explain, and you wouldn't identify, you wouldn't, even if you're saying. What I'm just trying to say is like people have different beliefs, and you say anything, it's up to people what they want to accept and what they want to deny, and you do anything, it's not gonna change their perspective or what you speak. So that's why I'm just being careful in saying when I'm talking about such aspects. But in terms of like a kid, as a 10-year-old kid, if I had to give the same answer, I would give like a person who has long hair, who's beautiful, who takes care of you is a woman. That's what I would give as a 10-year-old maybe.
And who gave birth to you also,
Taking care
or
of you, I think that's where things come in perspective, I think.
no? There's a big
Okay,
difference. There's a big
Dude,
that is
from the
also
time
very
you're
tough
in your
to
womb,
believe.
from the time you're in the womb, you've been taken care of by your mother. I mean, she can just like start jumping around and like bump your head somewhere. So it's
Okay,
taking care, right?
so let's get to another level. Okay, okay, cool. Um, there are individuals who are transitioning. Okay, well and fine. Some of them actually don't really force you to like identify them as so and so. Okay, they are absolutely cool. I'm not actually bothered by them at all. It gets to a point where there are a few who ruin it for the rest, like most things, where they try to impose it on you, right?
Hmm.
And another layer I want to open up here is you were talking about kids. What are your guys' thoughts on kids transitioning?
Is that happening?
it's
Yeah,
happening already. So
100%.
I
So
I
many
I
places.
I
There are
I
so many parents who are treating their newborn child as they them because they are waiting for them to grow to a age where they can decide what they want to be.
But don't you
So
think
they don't.
this has been happening for a very long time? Like not in terms of specifying they them, but just like you're a boy, but since parents or the mother once wanted a daughter, so then she makes the son wear daughter clothes until he actually knows what clothes differences are. Don't you think
yes,
in
the
that
thing
sense?
of
That is as a joke, right? As a joke.
I
Where
don't.
does a joke become like
I mean, I
absolutely?
don't know. Did you get me what I'm saying? Like when you're like a newborn, at that
Mhm.
moment, parents will either like they'll make you wear anything and you don't know anything. But until
Yeah.
you're like 5 or 6, and then you see in the photos that oh, okay, I wore a girl's frog or something like that, girl's clothing.
So in this documentary, I'm not sure if I'm absolutely right here. I'm trying to remember. There was a doctor. They asked a doctor if a 5-year-old can actually transition, right?
Mhm.
And she was like, yeah, 5-year-olds can make decisions. They can transition. They can transition to whatever they want.
You know, what Kelly just said, that before, like, if the parents wanted one as a girl, they dressed that man as a boy is a
The
girl.
boy.
And when yeah, and then when he grows up, he understands that I'm wearing a boy school. But today the dressing sense has also changed. The media is not promoting binary
Yeah.
dressing code. It's promoting both. Yeah, and if you see one of our big Indian celebrity, Ranveer Singh, you see his clothes. Have you noticed his clothes? He's wearing a shirt on top and then he's wearing a frock. He's promoting non-binaryism without even telling, through his actions. So
See, there
people,
there is a there's a
so
fine
what
line
I'm
between that also. Because back
But
in the day, if you look at like clothes of people uh, from a while back, okay, if you look at it, it
mm,
almost looked like a frock-like thing, right?
if I'm just trying
If
to say
if
is
a
that
person
certain
didn't know what a kandura looked like, okay,
Mhm.
yes.
yeah, if they didn't know what a kandura looked like, if they looked at it, would they consider that almost feminine?
No, I doubt.
No.
I doubt. Kandura doesn't have a very feminine vibe. I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say is, look, we already know a skirt, we already accept a skirt as a feminine dress. Yeah? Everybody knows
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
Society has accepted it. So, what
Mhm.
I'm trying to say is that if society has accepted this as a feminine cloth, then why is a man wearing a feminine cloth from down and top a masculine thing? So, they are trying to play with genders. Now, they're trying
Okay.
to show that
Now
there's no gender.
you're jumping into another category. So this is
Um,
called cross dressers. Okay.
but I'm trying to say
This
that
is
most of these things start from there. It first starts from cross dressing, and then they discover, oh, no. Then I can take it to the next level. Then I take it to the next level. Then I take it to the next level. To the time
hmm.
they clinically transition. That's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
the media is brainwashing these kids. You see them in cartoons. You see them. They're trying to destroy this. There's no gender.
Yes. So that is also another aspect that the documentary is. I'm not going to go into like absolute detail of it because I don't want to ruin it for the rest of them. But
Yes.
books for kids lesser than 10, right? You know these
Mm.
nursery books that we used to have
Yes.
now has full nudity, okay, and illustrations of different types of sex positions, male and male,
Uh,
male and female, female and female. So why is that even necessary? Okay, you tell me. Wait, what do you remember from being 5? Forget 5, okay? Some of us didn't even hit realization until we were 10.
Exactly.
Kids
Yeah.
nowadays are very different. Kids nowadays are very different. I can
Yeah.
absolutely guarantee that because they're exposed to a lot more tech and they get their understanding quicker because of
Yeah.
that. But our generation, right? We
don't
only
count,
start
don't count,
understanding things
don't count me
when
in.
we were 10.
I got pretty much knowledge by 10. Don't count me in.
Yeah, yeah, you're a very rare breed,
Species.
like most things, rarest
Ah,
of rarest. Okay,
lol.
so this is that necessary for 5 years? Is
I
what
I
I'm.
I think it's completely uh I don't have the word, but it's not necessary. There's this word I
Okay.
forgot.
Uh, think
And
about this.
why are teachers teaching this? Honestly, so, the school
So
system
this is
is
being taught
absolutely a
in
joke.
school.
Okay, it's
Yes,
taught
yes,
in
yes,
school now. It's
yes,
taught in
yes.
school now.
Why didn't we have that? Like our teacher used
Yeah, just
to
because.
have so much
Yeah,
issues
it's not.
teaching biology in grade 10 and
Yeah, that's because now they want kids to start accepting that there's something else other
the
than male
hell.
and female.
That's
Okay,
so
so
weird.
now what happens is a lot of students, if you go and ask a lot of students in schools right now,
Mhm.
between grade 1 to grade probably 6, okay, they will all tell you, all of them, a major portion of them will tell you they're either um, was it they don't want to identify their sex. They are probably saying they will say they feel like a male, they feel like a female. Some of them probably they do, okay,
Mhm.
probably they do feel like it, but some of them are doing it because they are it's a trend for them now.
Yeah.
They don't want to be left out. Okay, I am not going to say how the feeling is. I'm going to again address that to everybody. I do not know, okay, because I've not felt it. I would not know how that person feels.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, as a kid, okay, is to do with the amount of people or the people you surround yourself with. A
Mhm.
lot of guys who have a lot more feminine influence in their family, like probably their mom and their sister, they tend to kind of behave like that. That's
Yeah.
because they're looking at them. A lot of your actions or the actions of the people you surround, they rub off on you. Okay, regardless of you deliberately doing it or not, it
Mhm.
it will rub off on you. So
So don't you
a lot of girls probably act like guys because probably they have guy friends.
Yeah.
Same with
not just that, not just that.
yeah,
Due to the advent of feminism, it has made women more masculine, and then it has also made men who support this stupid ideology feminism more feminine. And I'm not saying that. See, when the textbook definition of feminism or equality has gone to the drains,
yes.
it's nowhere near where it is.
What feminism started off as. Okay, if you ask them what current standard of feminism is, they would say it's not what they started because it's absolutely gone haywire.
It's now they're trying to compete with men. Now it's not okay. I want to be equal. They want to prove that they are better in all the things what men are better at, which is again is impossible. Certain things are we are just better now. It's it's fine to accept is to accept where you're better. I can't go and compete with Albert Einstein. If Albert Einstein is alive with me, I can say I'm smarter than him. I can't compete with that smartness. I know I'm going to get defeated. So there
Yeah,
are some.
it's good you brought that topic up because I was gonna get into that anyway.
Yeah. So
Uh, when we start like accepting this, okay, we have to accept a lot of other things as well, especially sports, right? Sports is a major part where this is absolutely getting to be an issue. Okay, it doesn't affect me, but it's affecting a bunch of people who are in particular fields, right? If you know, like recent news articles, there has been a man who transitioned into a girl, right?
Yeah.
Is now competing in swim meets, right? And absolutely demolishing the other women he is competing against. Same thing
Mhm.
with a lot of people at the track events, a lot of like volleyball players. They're absolute UFC. Come on, that you've got to agree, right? Men have a level of like power, right?
Mhm.
I will.
That
I'll
cannot
bring
be
up.
compared.
I'll bring a point, an important point, and you can continue on the same topic. Okay. Let's take
Hmm.
this perspective from men to men rather than men to female. Just understand this from men to men perspective, then you can understand why it is so wrong uh, to compete for women. For women in UFC, like trans women, basically. I'll tell you why. Listen to me. First of all, why do you have different weight categories among men? Did you understand why you have different weight categories?
Hmm.
The higher, so that a higher weight cannot fight with a lower weight. The
Hmm.
reason being is a lower weight cannot defeat a higher weight even with any skill. Both the skills are the same or if not
Hmm.
better. But because of the more mass the heavier person carries, the heavier weight carries, he can literally ragdoll him with his physicality easily.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if a normal man with a, from a lower division cannot defeat a higher division, both have to come to a certain weight to really have an impact. Like just imagine having a fight. There's a fight between Alex Wasabi and KSI. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've just looked at their the weight difference. KSI is heavier than Alex Wasabi. To have a weight, they have to come to a particular weight where both can
Yeah,
one has to
they
gain and one
there's a
has to lose.
contract that yeah you signed.
Yeah, they have to come to a particular weight where they can have impact on each other at an equal level. Just imagine KSI is a heavier one. If he comes at whatever original weight he is, and Alex Kasabi at 175, he can KSI can literally destroy him with all his physical might, because there's a lot of power when with more mass. The more mass you have, the more power you have, if with skill. So now just imagine with a female who with a so-called female who transitioned from a man to female, who is not even properly transitioned, who has more muscle mass than a woman, and the more muscle mass you have, the more dangerous you are with all the skills. So I rest my case. This is going to be bullshit.
No, he explained the muscle mass aspect of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do strongly believe that um, physical strength wise, men actually would dominate women. Okay, Th- that might be one of the very few aspects that we dominate women, right? Like physical strength. You cannot like you, it's medically proven that men are stronger beings than women
In smart,
in the sense
uh,
of physical aspects only.
in people will disagree with me, but in terms of smartness also, smartness is a very unique characteristic in men. And again, I try to do a bit somewhat of a research, but I have to again make it a point. So this basically it's said. I have to be very careful with my words. That they say ki, that smartness for men is one extreme, that is extremely intelligent, and at the same time extremely low IQ. They never
Yeah,
they're never
that's
in
that's
between.
we are spread quite evenly along the bell curve is the aspect of things. The thing is, if we have a million smart people, smart men,
Hmm.
okay, we have a million dumb men also,
Yes.
IQ wise, right? Smart IQ wise,
Mhm.
we are spread quite evenly. In that sense, we we do dominate that aspect as well. I've heard that, not dug deeper into it, but yeah, I've heard that. I think Andrew Tate was the one who actually
I
got that out of
talked
it.
about her, and then
Yeah.
there's a and to be honest with you, there was a woman who corrected who showed the facts of what Andrew Tate said, and she said that she proved an article to bring that article out. What she said was, if you take like 10 15 people of highest IQ, not just today's, like 10 15 people of all time, if you take, you see about 10% are men, which include Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, many people, Nikola Tesla, everybody, and then you have some women here and there. And just imagine, whenever we talk about something smart, and believe it or not, whenever we talk about something smart, which people come in your mind? Regardless, forget even about any study. We'll come about Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla. You'll talk about all these men, and whatever you say about this patriarchy and all this shit, today, whatever this world is made today is based on men. You can't take that from us. We have proved it. You can't take that from us and say it's the the problem of oppression. We never oppress. Look, because if you truly oppressed, you won't be here.
I found it pretty funny when is it Caitlyn Jenner? Caitlyn Jenner, right? It was Bruce Jenner before.
I, yes, yes, yes.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner here.
Caitlyn Jenner once uh, he came out and he told he's transitioning and things. Um, he won an award. It was Woman of the Year award, I think. And I was just imagining the sad part of it, right? A guy says he's transitioning, okay, and he wins Woman of the Year. Just think about the women who have been women throughout, and it was a very a sad part of the thing was there were a lot of like good contenders for that award. Like there were women in the army who were nominated for it, right? And these are women who are like absolutely going. They're extraordinary women, right? They're like top of the line in their field. But a guy came around and won that too.
You know,
That
do
right?
you realize that these famous people who are do a transition and doing all this basically anybody who's famous, yeah. So you notice
Hmm.
them suddenly they are trying to say like with Demi Lovato. At one moment she started to say that I have they them pronouns. Now she's shifted back to she her. But
Forget Demi. I
I'm
think
just
that the person who's changed the most over the years is Sam Smith.
wait a minute. I'm trying to come to
Sam
a
Smith
topic. I'm
has
trying to tell you
been
something. But
wild in this
and I'm talking about any of the celebrities. I'm not following much of Hollywood or music industry, but whatever names I know, I'm just telling. I'm not a fan of anybody. But what I'm trying to say is all these people who have this super huge fan following, people literally worship them. Yeah, if they come up and say anything, yeah, people will follow them blindly. And there are some people who are sick. They're so cynical of worshiping them that they'll start wearing their clothes. They'll start wearing whatever. So if somebody comes up and says, "Look, I feel like a woman," these people will also follow. They know that they're playing with your feelings. They're making it a cult. It's becoming a cult. It's not based on your feelings. It's a cult now that you become something based on your celebrity.
Hmm.
Don't you think? Don't you think it's just more of a blind following rather than people actually understanding what they are and what they're trying to do to you?
Yeah, definitely. Most of it is most of the fans these days are just blind followers.
Yeah.
I don't think they
I
really
I
care.
that I I believe that most of these Hollywood celebrities and singers, Grammy awards, all these people, yeah, they are more of a social engineers than artists now. They're literally changing the social discord of society. If you monitor them closely, they're just changing society. Whatever they do is changing the society.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Completely agree with that. Yeah.
So that's important. It's really, really important for us to, look at who we idealize. Actually, when as we get older, also we have to teach our generation to not just blindly idealize people. Man, who all these singers, all these people. Okay, you like the singing, but again, don't get too blindly caught up with who they are, how they look, because we really don't know how bad or how good as a person they are. You're just looking at the singing. The people are confusing this. People just look at their work and then they assume that how good they are, as in
Mhm.
generalizes how good of a person they are. But
Hmm.
that's what we have to do to distinguish the art from the artist. That's very important to understand.
Yep.
Do you follow any of their art mix?
I've never been huge in the music industry. Have I ever talked about it? Whenever I was young? Did I ever bring up about big in singers? Have I?
No.
Do you actually listen to music that much or no?
Not much, but recently I have, but my type of music is not based on this mainstream Drake type and all this. I don't listen to these people. Or even if I do listen,
What do
it's
you
like
listen
not.
to?
I listen to a bit of Netflix, the old one in the YouTube where he made some good songs for like motivational style. But ever
Netflix.
since
What's his name?
Netflix,
Netflix. Okay. I
Nefs,
heard
yeah.
Netflix.
But again, he also
Like,
but now again
I have not
he's
heard of that person. I think.
yeah, he's a YouTube. He's a YouTube composer, but now his songs have changed. Now I don't like his current songs, but his old songs are very
So
good.
what's it? Most like pop? Is it?
Now it's more like what the pop stars currently make those music. Now he's become like that. I think he's gone to the dark side, possibly because of his work. I think
The
people
dark
have
side. Ooh.
yeah. So I think he's become
How much do you
because
think there is a conspiracy about a dark side? No.
really do believe that they are beings who control the music industry, the people who want the new world order agenda. They are controlling the music industry. You don't think that they don't control what you're watching, what you're
Ooh.
seeing, what you're listening?
Now, Mix is getting into conspiracy theory land.
It's not conspiracy, it's a fact. Whether you want to believe it or not, believe it is okay.
That's all right. Well,
No.
anyways, there was some stuff that I mentioned in the last podcast, like so, and not even once, like three times. And now it's kind of it's a bit old, but I'm just gonna put it out there again. Do you guys have heard of this phone? Now you do, obviously, but do you remember the phone Nothing One,
The nothing phone.
the Nothing phone? Yeah, I've been speaking about that so much that now I
I've heard
remember each and
something
every
about it
specs about it.
recently.
Like a negative or positive?
Show the picture of the phone, bruh.
After three goes at this, we probably heard something about it, right?
1 second, yeah. So that's the
It's a dope
phone,
phone actually.
and that's like there's 900 LED lights behind it. It's called the glyph, and each it has like a use to it. So the body looks like an iPhone. That's why it's controversial. That's why it's in so much talk that it looks like an iPhone, but it's not an iPhone. And the UI is it's using Android, but it's like bloatware free. Like usually when you have an Android phone, you usually get ads in between, or you have like weird apps installed by default, and so you have to do it manually. Like this phone comes in with no
Why
advertisements.
why there's no like the back cover? Why does it look the phone is
So
open?
that's the unique design of this phone, that it gives this like a naked feel, but then there's these lights, and these lights play a very good role. Like it's good for taking. So when you're taking a photo, the whole thing flashes like a ring light. It when your phone's on the table, so you're supposed to keep it like face down.
Mm.
So when you get a call or a text message, then they flash or blink, and the bottom one, this one, as you can see, it's used for the charging. So when you have your charger in, it kind of indicates how much battery has been charged. So that's pretty like it's a very smart
It
thing.
just sounds like he's sponsored by the company.
But I'm just thinking
What
that
is
we
it?
can make.
Is
I'm
there
just
an
thinking.
inside brand deal that you're not actually getting hold of?
I'm actually, one nothing one. If you are watching this, maybe not, but if you are, please sponsor us. Ferrari, please sponsor us.
You know what? You know what? They should make. With that phone we can make OnlyFans content.
Yeah, this guy, he spoke
This,
about
this,
it.
I'm gonna make this joke 3 times just to get it in
So this phone and OnlyFans.
the man. Nudity is in the
Mix
phone also.
Mix is probably already on OnlyFans.
The beauty
Nah.
of OnlyFans is like even if you post like get a picture of feet from Google and you post it on there, you post it there on your account, people will literally pay thousands of dollars just for that, and it's not even yours.
Well,
Yes, man.
Mix knows. There.
Man, I'm not on OnlyFans, but the thing is, I know stuff without being on it. That's the beauty about my mind. I know things without even being on stuff. Sometimes.
Hmm.
So I actually
And
wanted
sometimes we just wish you were on stuff.
yeah, and there are sometimes that he's on stuff that we actually never expected him to be there.
Like where
There are some places I can't mention here.
the app which has a fire icon, just without telling
Yeah.
the name. Yeah, okay.
I never expected you going there. I thought you would pull it off very easily. It was easy for you, right?
Man, I don't have game. Really, I don't have game.
It's okay. Anyways, I'm not going to go there. I wanted to know is I want to get some Kiwi's perception of perspective. Ah, it's getting the words.
Perspective.
Perspective about this huge news which has been out for a week now. So we run straight down to through goes Hamilton in Silverstone.
Cuts the chicane, off goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff coming out of the final corner. Perez and Leclerc.
Ferrari overtakes Red Bull in Austria,
Charles Leclerc wins the Austrian Grand Prix.
but ends up having a really bad strategy in Hungary Grand Prix, and it's been like a terrible time for Ferrari, and I don't think they're gonna win. But what are your thoughts on Sebastian Vettel retiring? Like he announced his retirement, so what are your thoughts on it?
That's been a tough one for everybody. It was all of a sudden, kind of switches the entire game around. But
It does, yeah.
I
And
feel like, see, there is this quote. I'm not sure if it was by a cricketer or by a boxer, but it's about leaving at the right time when everybody remembers you for your best rather than remembering you for your worst performance,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think he's almost getting there. It's not been great at Aston Martin, um, even though they're trying quite a bit. I feel like the car is not performing as well as they think it should.
Mhm.
So I think he's leaving at the right time and for the right reasons as well. If you watch the video, you'll understand that the reason why he's leaving is because he wants to spend a lot more time with his family, and I believe that's a good thing, right? As if your children are growing up and you are quite well to do, right? You are reasonably well to do to just relax right now. I think you should. It's perfect time. Kids are not very old and they're not left the nest yet, so
Yeah.
why
And
not?
honestly, like the guy is a legend. But after that news, I've seen many other drivers switching here and there. Like someone new coming in Alpine group, someone leaving out.
Alpine, I doubt they would have the one that they thought they would have,
Right.
because he's got now two offers, and I feel
And
like Ricardo will be left out.
yeah,
I've spoken to this
Ricardo is
about
in McLaren,
Daniel
right?
Ricardo to a lot of people. Okay, I
Yeah.
really have a very strong feeling. He's not signed for this year, right?
Oh
Is he
yeah.
signed for 1 more year? He's not.
He's. I'm not sure, but he is for McLaren as of
I
now.
know, I know. Lando signed for 5 years, but
Yeah.
I doubt Ricardo has signed for a year more.
Yeah.
But they just putting him on the loop now, and that's been with most teams, right? When he
Mhm.
left Renault actually told him this. They're gonna like McLaren's not gonna treat him well. That's because Lando is McLaren's, you know,
I heard, I heard,
product child.
I heard my name is not going to treat well.
What?
I heard it you saying I'm not going to treat well.
Oh.
I heard.
Yeah, yeah. McLaren is not gonna be treating
Okay,
Ricardo very well.
McLaren. I heard it was me.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
another breaking news I got is Fernando Alonso is going to join Aston Martin in 2023.
Fernando is all over the place, and
He's
and the
everywhere.
man still got game is the thing.
Yeah,
He just needs a good car. He's performed well uh, wherever he's been, so
it's just going to be a long
definitely
break, and
he
let's see
is.
what's happening. What would happen? Because now it's like a break. You're still in the team, and now you're announcing that you would shift to another team. So it all comes down to the focus you have in your current team. And now, if you do anything wrong, people are going to blame that he didn't really have a focus because he already moved in his mind to any the other team that he's now going to play for the next year. So it's like everything like F1 news is like all over the places. But like leaving that, have you guys heard the new uh the what do you say zero emission building or something called the line coming up in Saudi Arabia?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we did.
yes.
We did.
9 million people will live, and
9 million.
honestly, 9 million. Honestly, as
It,
as
it's a
good.
it's a $1 trillion project. $1 trillion.
So what I've heard is they say that it's almost like $500 million, more than that.
500
Billion. Wait,
million.
wait, wait. Millions less. Billion. It's nearly like
Billion.
300 to $500 billion.
Why is it giving me Hunger Games vibes? Like Sector 1,
This
Sector
is
2,
somewhere
Sector 3.
between Red Sea. So they're going to do this, like line up this, and it's going to be like it's just going to take 20 minutes to go from end to end, and it's going to be completely natural and renewable kind of thing. Not renewable, but using renewable energy, so
See, I
emitting
like
zero
the
carbon.
design. I like the design, but I think it is a little too big now.
Too much.
It almost looks like a tube of sorts, just laid on the ground kind of
But think
thing.
of this: 9 million people here, and then they start creating it. How much more space you would have, honestly, and then you had more people doing. So if you take one country like big enough like this one, I'm not sure where this is, but big enough, and now you can lay out like about 10 of these and like 8 billion people living in the same area. How would that sound?
Does Saudi really even have that many people?
No, I don't think so.
It's no, it will have eventually because
It's probably
say,
their way of boosting
Tourism?
inflow. Yeah.
look, I always there's let's move on. I have a would you rather question. Would you like to have it so we
Go
can
for
then
it.
end it upon
Yeah,
it?
yeah. We can wind this up after that. Yeah.
So I was trying to find this. Was just seeing. Would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life? Pause or rewind button in your life?
I think we've done this one, but I'd choose rewind button.
You did this one because really I couldn't find anything good.
Or
I have
Yeah,
maybe
I
but
maybe we
I
did this,
think
but it never came out.
this is actually a pretty tough question because I remember I think Mix's answer last time also.
Yeah,
And I've been thinking about it.
I would
As
still
much as I
stay
would
with
like to
rewind.
rewind, you know what? Actually, rewind
You know why?
because
Because you can relive a moment that you want to, but when you pause, you're just like stuck there. You're stuck. You
you're
you can't
pausing
move.
only that particular moment, right? So
Yeah,
if you go forward and then you can again rewind it 100 times, you can feel the same thing that you would have felt if you just paused it also. You
exactly.
know?
even yeah, exactly. Okay, if you can rewind, okay, you can go back in time for some time. You can do some changes,
Wait,
but
wait, wait,
again,
wait. Forget us. What would you choose?
I would choose pause honestly.
You would go for pause, and that's what you chose last time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you why pause is bad, or like it is not advan.
Ideal.
It doesn't have the same advantage of rewind. See, right now you can pause it, okay,
Okay.
and then once you unpause it, it continues, right, and you
Yeah,
can't go back to that particular time again.
Yeah.
But when you rewind,
Yeah.
you can rewind it 100 times and play the same event again and again to feel the same thing over and over and over again, making you feel like you were almost the same feeling that you would have when it was paused. You know?
But your life is not linear, so you will not always have a good feeling. So, and most probably people use the same rewind button is to actually either they want to feel super good with the same feelings that they had. Like, for example, the best moment was the day for me was August 26th when we last met uh, on Barjaman Mall, and with with Kedarjet, it was even near that Philly we went and then Karama that
oh
time
yeah.
in all. So those was my best moments. So
Hmm.
if I do rewind, either I just want to feel the same thing, or they will use it to
Hmm.
change the event. If they felt something bad, they want to change something. But
No, I
if you
think
want
in this question, you're not like changing anything. You're just like reliving the moment probably, because
to,
it's
what's
mentioned
the point of
rewind.
rewind? Because what you will do with rewind, either you will relive the moment, or you can, since you go in the past, you will try to change something.
Yeah, I want to change it, but then if I change the past, then it might end up screwing up my future.
Exactly, it will screw up the future. So why take the risk?
True that, but I think
Why
the
take the risk?
you could pick a time like now you can rewind, so you can rewind either to 3 minutes or maybe 45 days or maybe a year or so. You can rewind, so you
Your
have.
mind. Yeah. What I'm just saying is, look, when you have the power to time travel, like even rewind is some sort of a time travel. Okay, you go back in time. Okay, we all humans are having good and bad experiences every single day.
Yeah.
Okay, and you will, and when you come across something, you will always want that. Either you want that good experience to be even better. We have these feelings. I remember very well when we had this good experience. I would say, okay, we could have made it better. I just forgot something. Okay. So we always want to change something and improve something, or go back in time to change something. But we really don't know what would happen in the future if we change something. It can really make a big impact. So why take that chance?
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a pause, at least pause would actually, pause would be very good in one way. You know what? Let's say you're trying to make a rational decision. You're going to make an irrational decision. You're in a hurry to make some decision, and you just pause
Okay,
your
in
life.
that aspect, then pause would be good.
Pause, and then you say, okay, you try your best to collect your things. I'm a very irrational and a hyper person and someone who just want to make decisions very quick. Okay, if I have the power to pause,
Yeah.
really it will calm me down and it will make me a better person rather than rewind.
Awesome. But I'll just stick with rewind. I'm going to rewind, relive a moment that I want to,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then.
gonna go with rewind too.
Maybe I don't need rewind because my memory is so damn good that I can
No,
keep it
it's
in my
not about
memory.
memory. It's dude. It's just about like kind of reliving a moment that you enjoyed or you loved, and then now you don't have an option of reliving because that experience is over or maybe it's gone. So you want to relive that,
But
and
don't you
that's
think?
it.
No, don't you think that okay? Don't you think if you go back and rewind to the same position again and again, again and again, just to relive, won't you have a diminishing return of the same feeling?
Could be, but I haven't lived it. So I mean, that's
That
what
is
I'm.
true.
Because look, in anything in life, if you do it consistently, you will have diminishing returns on the feeling. So
Don't
if a
break
rich guy has
economics. Please don't break economics in this.
not no, I'm not economics. I'm just saying a general thing in life.
Yeah, I
You have
know. I understand, but still, that
if
sounds too economics.
if you can experience 5-star hotel treatment every time in your life, you're not going to value a 5-star
Oh
hotel.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So if you're reliving the same memory again and again and again and again and again and again, you're not going to get the same feeling.
I think the
Where
maybe it depends on the memory. Like if the memory
not
I am
depends on the
thinking of,
memory.
that memory I'm thinking of,
Uh,
if I relive it, then I mean I think I would still enjoy it even if it was again and again and
no,
again. Depends. It
I think
depends on you.
it the value of that memory is right now because it's a memory. You're not really experiencing it. It's in your mind, so you think that that feeling will be amazing. But
Yeah,
if
but
you
I'm not
constantly
gonna go.
relive,
Yeah, I won't do that. I might go like 1 week later and then come back.
bro, listen, just imagine you're very sad and you have this depressing life at this moment and you just want to relive that moment again and again.
Thanks for
Tell me how many
explaining.
times you'll go back. There's so many factors that will affect.
Hmm.
So that's the thing. You will have diminishing returns. So I think pause is the best option. I think let the viewers decide. I
Let the
think
viewers decide. Guys, what do you think?
I've,
Comment down below. Should you
I've given
relive? Sorry, should you rewind or should you pause your life?
okay. There's one more announcement I have to make. I think I made a big mistake. I should have told this in the starting itself.
You're getting married?
Uh, Not married. No, this
Okay.
is a serious one. This is a serious one.
All right.
Okay. So I've been speaking with you guys about my cousin brother who has this issue called muscular dystrophy Duchenne. So in which his muscles are getting weak and it is almost towards the end stages.
What do you mean end stages?
So his body is getting completely weak,
Okay.
very weak. His muscles are. I have just heard that his and they are he's becoming more physically challenged. He can't walk. His muscles are weak. He's on wheelchair bound. So any you can literally guys can literally research what is muscular dystrophy. Duchenne. Duchenne is the disease name, and it's a type of muscular dystrophy. Guys can research. It's full articles are there on what is that. You'll get a better understanding of that. So their family made a donation link for money because there's one treatment that they have that to bring it to India from US. I think it's from US. It's 25 crores total amount. So which would be what would it be in the international system? I don't know. What would it be roughly?
One
If it's
second.
a
25 crore rupees to US dollars, right?
no international system, like what would it be, like million? How will it be translated
Okay,
into?
wait. 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore, 10 crore. So that would be, oh, that stuff. Okay, one. And so it would be $250 million. Two hundred
250.
fifty, 250,000 million dollars. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
$250 million, not thousand. Sorry,
Yeah.
$250 million.
Yes. So that much amount they want, and apparently, me and my family have been tracking. So about 17 lakhs have been collected.
Wait, it's not in
Okay.
dollars. It's in rupees, right? It's 250
Yeah.
million rupees. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing. So anybody can donate as much as they want. There's no fixed amount. There's 7 billion people on the planet. Yeah. So as much as anybody can download, not download. Sorry.
Donate. Links in description,
Donate.
guys. Whatever
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
can, whatever's
Yeah,
possible,
yeah,
donate.
yeah, yeah. Donate. I'll have to find the link and I'll put it in the description. Okay.
Awesome.
Like, share, and subscribe.
If you made it this
Uh,
far, please share this video, share it with your friends. Helps us a lot and motivates us to post more videos and
yes,
many
yes,
more
yes.
fun contents to come. Thank you so
When we
much.
have Kiwi, the content is always up.
It's always bomb fire.
Yes, mom. Honestly, other than this video was recorded 3 times, so that same day. Again, they were talking about diminishing returns. Look,
Diminishing, yeah.
this is the thing. Anyway,
Catch you guys in the next podcast. See you guys
yes.
later.
See you.